This is Sonakshi Riker. In this video lecture, we will learn field test on DC series motor. This video lecture is divided into three parts. In the first part, we will learn the purpose of the field test, the apparatus required, the connection diagram, and also the theory behind this experiment. And in the second part of the video lecture, we will demonstrate the circuit diagram as well as the conduction of field test. In the last part, we will look into the calculation and also we will understand the advantages, the limitations of field test. So coming to the purpose of this field test, we conduct this experiment to predetermine the efficiency of two mechanically coupled series motor. Now this test is applicable to two identical DC series motor or DC series machines. The two similar rating machines are mechanically coupled. One machine runs normally as a motor and drives the generator whose output is dissipated in the variable resistive load. So since the output is wasted here, we do not call this as a regenerative test. Now the iron losses and the friction losses of both the machine has to be equal in this test. The iron losses of two machines are made equal by joining the series field winding of the generator in motor armature circuit so that both the machines are equally excited. Since both the machines are mechanically coupled, they will be operating at same speed. So the friction and windage loss is also made equal. Now coming to the conduction part of this experiment. Before that, we'll just look into the apparatus. So these are the apparatus required. Coming to the conduction part, your DPST has to be kept in open position. SPST is in the open condition. This will be in cutout position. Sorry, cut in position. So now what we do here is we bring this, we on the DPST, we switch on the DPST, we bring this starting rheostat from cut in to cutout position and we'll close to SPST switch. This entire path becomes a short circuit later. Now the machine is operating at 1500 or the rated speed. You can see that the current through the field winding of both the machines will be same, hence they are equally excited. Before starting the experiment, the major precaution that we have to take that the load switches are all in the closed position. We cannot start the machine by keeping any of these load switches in the open condition because that will result in light load operation and will again lead to attainment of a dangerously high speed. So that is the reason why we cannot go for light speed operation or light load operation. So one precaution is that ensure that all the load switches are in closed position and then switch on the DPST. And by wearing the starting rheostat, we bring the motor to rated speed. Now what we do here is in steps we will be changing or we'll be opening the load switches and we will note down the meter reading. So this is the procedure in brief. So we will understand the procedure in detail as well as the connection diagram in the next part of the video lecture. So this is the specification you can see at the bottom side of this slide. The specification, we are using the 2 DC series motor. The specification is given 230 volt, 16.2 amps current, 3.7 kilowatt power, 1500 rpm, and the armature resistance is 1.1 ohms and the series field resistance is 0.6 ohms.
So now we will conduct an experiment on field test on DC series motors. This experiment requires two identical machines, two series machines connected mechanically and electrically in this experiment. So I will explain how the connections are there. As per the circuit diagram, so we have to connect the supply terminal to the armature and the field are in series. Field of the machine 1 and machine 2 come in series basically through ammeters to measure the current, and there is a voltmeter across the armature and the field, there is a voltmeter connected across it, and there is a load circuit on the generator circuit side. So there is a load is connected across the armature of a DC generator. Anyway, field is come in series with the field of the first and second machines are in series. Okay, so now we will start an experiment. In this, basically, the idea of conducting this experiment is to predetermine the efficiency of the two machines. And in this experiment, first machine is acting as a motor and second machine is acting as a generator. So you have to determine the efficiencies of the two machines individually. And for that, we need to requires to calculate the stray losses first. And in this experiment, because it is mechanically connected and electrically also connected, we will get a stray losses of the whole set we will get. So then individual losses, stray losses is divided by individual losses is equal to the total stray losses of the set divided by 2 gives the individual stray losses of the machine. Okay, now we will start the experiment, and for the starting an experiment, you have to switch on the DC supply. So when the DC supply is applied, then there is a flow of current in the armature circuit, and there is a voltage across the armature, and you have to increase the speed by cutting out the starting rheostat. So this is how the normal way of starting the DC motor in all the experiment. So cutting out the starting experiment, you will observe that speed is increases, and finally SPST switch should be on. And so you see that there is the speed is reaches already 1551. So all the load switches should be on the series machine, otherwise the speed is dangerously high. So that in order to avoid that, initially we have keep this individual switches is already on, so that still the motor is having a speed of 1558 right now, and the current is 14 amps here, and that is the current of the second machine. This is the current of the first machine, which is connected to that is 16 amps approximately, 16 to 17 amps are there. Now in this experiment, we have to note down the reading after switching on of the one by one loads. Now I will switch on the one load, and you will observe that the speed is increases at each steps. So now the speed is 1645, and the current is reduces at both the machines. Okay, one more load I will reduce, still the speed is high. So like that, when the load is reduced, at each step you can see the variation of the current and variation of the speed. So current switch I am switching off, the speed is still increases, current is decreases. At each step you have to note down the current of the individual machines and as well as the voltage and the speed. So this is the way you have to note down the reading for the calculation of the efficiency of both the machines. So then we have to switch off these machines by reverse way. Then I have to switch off the loads. Then I have to again making the initial position of the starting rheostat by opening the SPST and bringing the rheostat to the cut-in position. This is how you have to switch off this machine after the conduction of the experiment. Thank you.
In the previous lecture, we have demonstrated the circuit connection and the conduction of field test. So this is the tabular column that we have tabulated. So from starting, we start with 1400 speed RPM, and we keep on reducing the load. Hence, as the load is reducing, you can see that the load current of both motor as well as the generator is decreasing, and the speed is increasing. So you can see that this is the supply voltage to motor. This will always remain constant, but the armature voltage of the generator, the load voltage keeps on increasing, and the load current of the generator keeps on decreasing, and you can see the speed is increasing. It reaches around 1680 RPM. So we'll look into the calculations here. The calculation is divided into 3 parts. The first one includes the calculation of stray loss, or I can say no load rotational loss. The second part to determine the efficiency of the machine which is acting as motor, and the third part is to determine the efficiency of the machine which is acting as a generator. So first the power input to the set, the total power supply to the set here will be equal to, so this is equal to the voltage across these two terminals. Since this becomes short circuit, you can ignore this circuit. So the voltage across these two terminals will be nothing but V1 plus V2 into I1. So this is the power input to the set. Output of the set is what you get at the load circuit, that is this one, V3 into I2. This is the output of the set. So total losses will be input minus output. So this is the loss you get. So this loss includes the armature copper loss of motor as well as generator, field copper loss of both motor as well as generator, and stray loss of both the machine. The stray losses will include the friction loss, the windage loss, and the iron loss of both the machines. So now we need stray loss because these are the constant losses. So the constant losses will be equal to total losses minus the total copper losses, whatever that occurs. So this is the armature copper loss of motor, armature copper loss of generator, and the field copper loss of both motor and generator. So you get the stray losses of both the machine. Per machine will be divided by 2. So to calculate the efficiency of the motor, we use this expression. Input to the motor is given by V1 I1. So here, whatever this voltage V1 into I1, so whatever power you get, that is the input to the motor. We will not be including V2 because V2 is the field winding of the generator. So when we consider input to the motor, we cannot consider this circuit. We have to only consider this part. So V1 into I1 will be the input to the motor, both motor as well as the field winding of the motor. So that is the input. Input minus losses divided by the input gives us the efficiency of the motor. Similarly, for output of the determination of efficiency of the generator, we calculate the output of the generator, which is given by the load voltage and the load current, V3 into I2. So output plus losses, output divided by output plus losses gives us the efficiency of the generator. So this is the typical graph we plot as we change the output, how the efficiency changes. This is the graph we have obtained. Sample calculation. So first one is the power input to the set. This is what we get. V1 plus V2 will be 212 into I1 is 17.2. This is for the first set of reading. Similarly, output of the set is V3, that is 18.4 into 12.4. So we get the total stray losses will be equal to 515.23 watts. This is nothing but the total loss. 1364.8 is the total loss, and 515.23 will only be the stray loss. Per machine we get around 257.616 watts. First, efficiency of the motor. Input minus the losses, which includes armature copper loss, field copper loss, and the stray loss per machine. So we get around 77.89%. Similarly, we calculate the efficiency of the generator, which we get around 79.06%. So for all the set of readings here, we will calculate the stray loss and we will calculate the efficiency of the motor as well as generator. So there are 5 set of readings, so 5 set of calculations will be done. So coming to the result and inference part, so we have successfully demonstrated field test on DC series machine, and we've seen that the field test is not a regenerative test because the generator output is wasted in load resistance and it is not fed to the motor. That is the reason why we do not call it as a regenerative one. Now the accuracy of this test depends on the accuracy with which the motor input and the generator output are measured. More is the measurement of the data, more will be the accuracy of field test. Why do we go for field test only for series machine? The reason is that the brake test can be done on simple small machines. Coming to other test on series machine like Swinburne's test, we cannot conduct on the series machine because of the tendency of attaining dangerous speeds at no load. Because of this, the field test is quite suitable for DC series machine. Also, there is no difficulty in obtaining 2 similar DC series machines because these motors are used for traction purposes and hence they are usually available in pair. So keeping all this in mind, we can see that the field test is more suitable for testing DC series machines. Thank you.